All right, right here I have a jazz record, which is something I'm not used to sampling, but we're going to try it out today and see what we come up with, just to switch it up a bit. And before we jump into it, I do want to let you know, if you are interested in picking up any audio equipment, go down to the link of my video and I have all my beat making setup, links to sounds. So if you guys want to purchase anything, at least this type of gear that I use, you guys can get it today. No credit check, no background check. If you want to make payments, they ship it out to you. So if there's anything you need, cables, speakers, MPC samplers, go down to the link of my video to purchase from Zounds. All right, so I heard the song right here, very different from what I'm used to. I find jazz being very hard for me, but something right here just caught my attention. I usually like to listen to records and I'll use their voice if their voice is not too distracting, almost as an instrument. And I like to chop up my records and throw some of their vocals every now and then as a way to add some tension to my sequences. But right here, we don't have no vocals, but we have instruments. We have a saxophone, a trumpet, or different wind instruments that I'm able to use. And it's just a different approach. So let's go ahead and listen to this and see what we have right here. Now, what caught my attention is the trumpet, the way he's using it. There's some jazz records that I'll listen to, whether it's a saxophone or a trumpet. It's just too much. This one right here is just very smooth, very gentle, and I'm able to pick and choose small sections from that trumpet and use it to my advantage when I'm resequencing my chops. Pay attention to how the tempo of this, or how the song is moving. It's at a slow pace where I can recreate different ideas from this. Ooh. There you go. Like just that tempo. The way I'm gonna chop it up is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like already in my head, I'm chopping it up. I'm already thinking of the ideas. Now the trumpet comes in, it's soft, it's not too distracting. Boom, right there, it starts. Boom. And go from trim to chop and start chopping this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man. Woo. Now, the way I chop it up is just simple. The way you heard me counting it when we were listening to it. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple chops, a simple record, and I'm not sure how it's going to sound yet. Once we hit play on the drums that I have, we're going to see what I come up with. I'm not going to use the sequence that we hear right here. My idea is chopping it up the way I have right now and refining or just connecting with these chops. This part is very personal to everybody. You know, it's going to be different for you. The way you interpret these chops is going to be different than myself. And by the way, if you are part of the channel membership, do not forget that you are able to download these chops, load them up to your MPC. You'll see right now, I'm going to make this into, convert this into its own program, hit main. And in track number 2 is where I have my sample. You could re-pitch it, pitch it up, pitch it down, resequence. I mean, we have bank A, B, and all the way to C that I have chopped up for you. So if you're a little lost and a little confused on why do I chop up the way I do, you will notice once you download these chops into your MPC how simple it is to come up with your own sequences with these chops. If we go right here, I'm going to open up my program. Again, I said you can pitch it up or pitch it down. Let's listen to what we have without pitching it first. Whoa. Woo. Yes. Okay. See, that's exactly what I had envisioned. Now, there's some times where I'll chop something up and I think it's going to work and it doesn't work. That happens a lot. It's just I don't film that. In this case, this actually sounds awesome. I haven't pitched it up or down, but I always like to pitch it down because it just sounds darker and something about that I like. So let's hear how this sounds. See, now this pad right here, I have a little bit of that trumpet that there's some action with the trumpet within this pad alone. It does like a melody, which is very pronounced. And I like that because all the other chops, there's not much trumpet going on in them. It's mainly keys. Okay, there's some trumpet right here. So this is the part that I try to get across. A lot of my videos, you'll notice, and if you've been following me for a while, you'll notice, like, man, he does the same thing over and over. And yes, I do. I'm not trying to reinvent something that works for me. Now, the reason why I repeat most of my methods is because it works for me. It's something that sounds great, and I'm able to notice that, yes, they're quarter notes. I can follow along with the drums, but if you want to switch it up, you don't have to follow along with the drums. You could create different swings or variations to the way you're performing these pads. Oh! There you go. Or you can just play it like this. Simplicity. Now, that's why I always say, if you're just getting started, this is simple, and this is something that sounds great. It does not sound bad, but if you want to flip it to something that sounds completely different, like I'm going to pitch it up, let's go to +2, or let's go all the way to +4 semitones, so it's going to be really pitched up. Oh, yeah. Let's go to another bank. Another bank. Another bank. Yo, now right here I have another record. I want to sample this. This is not from vinyl. This is actually, I think this is a video game soundtrack. I'm not sure what it is. Now, the style of it, I'm not sure. There's really no drums, or I'm not sure if there's drums or not, but I'm going to sample it within my MPC. Now, the way I'm going to sample this is I'm going to go to track number 3. Let's call this SMP. Hit do it, and I'm going to create a brand new blank program. There's actually nothing in this program. SMP, hit do it. I'm going to jump into my sampler, and from sample, I'm going to just go into pad tap. So I can just play the record, and as it's playing back, every time I hit one of these pads, I'm automatically creating those sample chops within that program that I'm currently on. Why do I do this? Is because I want to just kind of move in an idea fast. I want to just, I already have a drum playing in the sequence, but I want to listen to another sample, chop it up, and see what other ideas we can come up with. Now, I'm following something. I mean, it's so weird. I'm not musically trained. I cannot speak music language with you if you are a musician, but I'm following something. I'm listening to the piano every time he hits one key. I do a chop. When he lets go, I do another chop. Like, it's something so personal, and it's hard for me to explain because you might listen to this record completely different than the way I'm listening to it. And I'm telling you right now that before I even start sampling, I already have an idea on how I might be able to chop it up. Now, it does not always work 100%, but my idea is what guides me. I'm listening to the piano and now, I might look completely weird doing those gestures, but it's just the way I'm listening to music. That in my head is the way I'm just accenting those chops. Now, at this point right here, since it's so much space in between, I can speed this up. I can lower it down. I'm gonna go +4 to see how that sounds. Woo! All right, again, if you are part of the sample sharing program, just download these programs. I'm going to release these out to you. I know you can create different ideas. Oh, all right, we turn on the SP flavor. Yeah. Yeah. I have this SUBFACTORY. This is actually a new instrument that Akai just dropped, and this is just some bass lines right here, and we could kind of go through and see how these sound. But first, let's get this in D.